Hey guys, Frank here and welcome to this short digital classroom tips video, and this time about an image that I shot with, well, we're gonna see that in a moment. Let's first take a look at the image. So how did I create an image like this? It's actually pretty simple. I always tell people there are two different kinds of products. Products that are designed by companies for the photography market and products that are designed by photographers for photographers or with a lot of input from photographers. And one of the products that I love to use and also had a lot of input in for creating it is the flashbender from Rogue. And as you can see here, I'm actually using the flashbender on a boom stand, and it's the only light source in this setup lighting my model. So how did that work? Well, it's actually pretty simple. You always have to realize that light travels its own trajectory. And you can literally look at your modifier and draw the lines to see where the light is falling. So in this case, I want some lighting on the backdrop, but I also want some lighting on my model, like a silhouette. But not too much of a silhouette. I also want to light a little bit of her clothing. That means that I need a light source that lights both the backdrop, a little bit of my model, but also has enough spill to also give a little bit of accent in the shadow areas. Of course, you can always raise the shadows just a little bit in Lightroom or your favorite RAW converter, but in essence, you have to make sure that when you shoot it, there is enough dynamic range, of course, to recover. The flashbender is an awesome product for this. I'm using it here on a GT200 from Gikoto, and the boom stand is placed exactly between the backdrop and my model. Now, by angling the flashbender, I can create more or less light on the backdrop. On my model itself, it doesn't really change a lot because my model is still being lit from the back and slightly with the spill on her clothing. So that means that if you place your lighting between your model and your backdrop, by angling that light source, you have total control over the light on your backdrop and on your model. And that's exactly what you see here. As soon as you start moving your light source, for example, more forward or more backward, you of course also influence the light on your backdrop, but you also influence your light on your model. So my advice when you use a flashbender or a strip light is place the light perfectly on your model and then just angle it to the backdrop. And as you can see here, we're not using the strip light straight on, but we're using it in a horizontal position. And that makes angling the flashbender much easier. Also because the flashbender can not only be angled, but also tilted and shift around its axis. So it's a great tool to create stunning photography. And it's a tool I use almost all the time as a filling light or as my main light source. So that's how I created this shot. Let's take a look at a video during this shoot. So I hope you enjoyed this small tips video in our digital classroom series, and as you can see, you don't need a lot of fancy lighting to create stunning images. One simple modifier, well simple, one great modifier, one strobe, one boom arm, a great backdrop and a beautiful model and proper light placements, and you can create stunning images. Thank you so very much for watching, guys. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, but most of all, tell other people about our channel so we can grow. Hit that like and bell button, and of course, well, if you have any questions, ask them in the questions below, and maybe your question will be answered in the next video in our digital classroom series. See you again next time. Bye, guys.